Hello everyone, welcome back. So in the last lecture we were solving the questions based on the angle of depression. Okay, now in this lecture we will have more questions based on the height and distance. We start with the question number 16. This is very important question. Why? Because the question of similar kind you will find in NCERT. Okay, so let me mark, this is very important question. Okay, in 4 marks the questions may come. See, a man observes a car from the top of a tower which is moving towards the tower with a uniform speed. Okay, if the angle of depression of the car changes from 30 degree to 45 degree in 12 minutes, find the time taken by the car now to reach the tower. Students, what's happening? There is a tower, okay, and from the top of the tower a man is observing a car, and car is moving towards the foot of the tower. Okay, now students, firstly when he observes the car, the angle of depression he finds is 30 degree. Now in 12 minutes the car moved towards the tower, okay, and in 12 minutes the angle of depression of the car is changed to 45 degree. Now we have to find the time taken by the car now to reach the tower. Now to reach the tower means from this particular point at which the angle of depression is 45 degree, we have to find the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower. Okay, see students, let's have the figure. Suppose this denotes the tower which is suppose h meters high. Okay, we can assume the height of the tower as h meters. Okay, I assumed. See, h in meters I assumed. Now suppose this is the horizontal level. Okay, horizontal level passing through the foot of the tower. Okay, and this is the horizontal level passing through the top of the tower, because angle of depression is formed. Now a person from point B observes a car at an angle of depression of 30 degree. Okay, so this is the car and the angle of depression is 30 degree. So if I mark here, this particular angle is going to be 30 degree, no problem. Okay, now students, what happening here? In 12 minutes the car moved towards the tower. Okay, so this is the new position of the car, and at this position the angle of depression is become now 45 degrees. So this complete angle is 45 degree, no problem. Okay, see, as we know, since this angle is 30 degree, this angle is going to be 30 degree because alternate interior angles are equal. Okay, this complete angle, since it is 45 degree, this angle is also 45 degree. Okay, now students, suppose this point denotes the first position of the car, and now the new position of the car is denoted by this point D. Clear? In 12 minutes the car moved the distance CD. Clear? Now students, कार को चला देते हैं यहाँ तक. ये कार C से D तक आ गई, ठीक है ना, और कार को C से D तक आने में कितना टाइम लगा? 12 मिनट्स लगा. क्लियर? सी, obviously this angle is right angle. Okay, angle between the road and tower. So let's start the solution. Let me write here, AB denotes height of tower, height h of tower in meters, in meter. Okay, see, we are given that the distance CD, to move the distance CD, the car has taken what minute? 12 minutes. Okay, what time? 12 minutes. So students, if I assume the speed of the car, the uniform speed of the car as S or U, whatever you want. Okay, see, let me assume the speed of the car. Speed of car. Let me assume the speed as x meter per minute. Okay, speed of car as x meter per minute. X meter per minute. Now students, do you know distance is always speed into time? Distance is always speed into time, no problem. Okay, now if I use this formula for writing the distance CD, okay, just tell me what about the distance CD, because car moved the distance CD in 12 minutes. Okay, so the speed I assumed x and the time I have given 12. X is in meter per minute and time is in minute. So the CD distance is going to be speed into time. So let me multiply x with 12. I will get 12x and it will be in meters. Why in meters? No confusion. Because I took speed in meter per minute, okay, and time in minute. So distance will be in meters only. Now students, I have to find the time taken to travel the distance AD. Okay. Now suppose the required time is t. Okay. Suppose required time taken by car moving from point D to point A. Okay, car in moving from point D to point A is t minutes. I assumed the required time as t minutes. Okay, so students, just tell me what is going to be the distance AD. Just tell me AD. AD is the distance and it will be again product of speed and time. Okay, so distance is going to be speed into time. Speed I assumed as x and time as t. So AD is going to be x t. Clear students? Let me write this as equation number 2 and this as equation number 1. Now students, now we have to we are doing up to here in the same questions, in every questions. Okay, see, let me take the triangle ABC first. Okay, so in triangle ABC, if you observe tan 30, just tell me what is going to be the tan 30 in triangle ABC. AB upon AC, no problem. AB upon AC. The value of tan 30 I know very well, 1 by root 3. AB I assumed H and AC, let it be AC only. Okay, so from here I will get root 3H is equal to AC, or see students, we don't want H. Okay, so we have to eliminate this H. Let me write H in terms of AC. So it is going to be AC by root 3 and say it's equation number 3. Clear? Now we have to take another triangle. Another triangle is triangle ABD. So let's take the triangle ABD. In triangle ABD, just tell me what is the value of tan 45 here? Tan 45 degree is going to be AB upon AD. Clear? It's going to be AB upon AD. If I solve, AB is H. Okay, so let me write in the place of AB H. Let me write in the place of AB H, and upon me it's AD. So from here, after cross multiplying, I will be getting AD as H. Okay. So students, from here I got the value of H equal to AD. Okay, और वो तो होना ही था. क्यों? क्योंकि एंगल 45 डिग्री है तो परपेंडिकुलर और बेस दोनों इक्वल होने वाले हैं. क्लियर? सो लेट मी राइट H is equal to AD and say this is my equation number 4. Now students, since I want to eliminate this H, let me equate equation number 3 and equation number 4, because both represents the H. So comparing equation 3 and equation 4, what would I get? See, I would get AC by root 3 is equal to AD. AC by root 3 is equal to AD. So from here I would get AC is equal to AD root 3. Clear? So I related AC and AD. Again, if I want, I can write AC as AD plus DC. Okay, see, let me write this AC as the sum of AD and DC. You can check, the whole AC is nothing but the sum of AD plus DC. Clear from this figure? So AD plus DC is going to be AD root 3. Okay, now if I simplify further, what would I get? I would get AD, I would get AD root 3 minus AD. What I did, I just transpose AD this side. Okay, and in the other side I would get DC only. Okay, no problem. I just transpose AD and that side. So from here, if I take AD common, it will be root 3 minus 1 and it is equal to DC. Okay, so from here I have got this relation, AD times root 3 minus 1 is equal to DC. Clear, students? Now it's time to get the answer. Okay, see, I have already calculated this AD and this DC in terms of S and T, X and T. Okay, so at the place of AD I can write XT from equation number 2, and at the place of CD I can write 12x. Okay, so DC is equal to CD. Okay, there should be no confusion in it. So using equation 1 and 2, using equation number 1 and equation number 2, let me write AD is nothing but X into T. Okay, and root 3 minus 1 is in bracket, and it is equal to 12x. DC is 12x. Okay, DC or CD एक ही बात है. Now x will get cancel out, and from here I have calculated T, 12 upon root 3 minus 1 in minutes. Okay, so if I simplify further, because rationalization should be there, so I would get the answer after rationalizing. Okay, let me multiply the fraction 12 upon root 3 minus 1 root 3 by root 3 plus 1 and divide by root 3 plus 1. So from here the numerator will become 12 times root 3 plus 1, and in the denominator you can observe it is a minus b into a plus b, so it will be a square minus b square. Let me write here, root 3 square is 3. Okay, and 1 square is 1, so 3 minus 1, directly I am writing 2. Okay, so that required time is nothing but 6 into root 3 plus 1 in minutes. Okay, students, very important question. Okay, for your exams. Why? See, students, you have to solve after this question the question which is given in the NCERT. Okay, you will find the question of same kind. Okay, also I will be giving one question for your practice in the end of this lecture. Clear? So students, this is my required time. Again I am explaining what I did. I just write CD and AD first in terms of speed and time. Okay, then I did the same what I am doing. Okay, in every question I just assumed the triangle ABD and triangle ACD, and from the two triangles I related what? I related AD and DC, and once I related AD and CD, okay, CD or DC एक ही बात है, AD or DC, I just replaced by the speed and time. Okay, so from here what I found, the speed gets cancelled, speed gets cancelled, and I have calculated the time. Okay, so remember, this question is going to be very important. Now this is again a fantastic question. Okay, see, the angle of elevation of a cloud from a point h meters above a lake is alpha. Okay, and the angle of depression of the reflection of the cloud in the lake is beta. Prove that the height of the cloud from the surface of lake is this. Okay, see students, in this question this denotes the surface of lake. Okay, now from a point h meters above the lake. Okay, we are given the angle of elevation of a cloud. So let me take a cloud. See, this is my cloud. This is my cloud. Okay, and this is a boy. Suppose he is observing cloud. You remember this boy in the first lecture? There he was observing a girl at the top of Eiffel Tower, and now today he is observing a cloud. Okay, see, now in the question it is given the angle of elevation of cloud from a point h meters above the lake. Okay, see, if this height denotes the height of cloud from the surface of lake. Okay, and in the last we have to prove this height only. We have to prove this height as this expression. Okay, and we are given the point of observation is h meters above the lake. So this denotes the angle of elevation. Okay, so this length is going to be h meters. Okay, this height is going to be h meters. Okay, because he is observing from this particular point. Okay, which is h meters above. Okay, from the surface of lake. Now the angle of elevation is what? Alpha. Okay, now this red color line denotes the distance between this the shortest distance between this point, okay, between this observer and this cloud, okay, the shortest distance. So students, we are given the angle of depression of the reflection of this cloud in the lake is beta. So let me take the reflection. See, the reflection of this cloud is in the lake, okay, and here the angle of depression is formed and this angle says beta. Clear? Now see students, let me mark this height also. Okay, this is the actually this denotes the depth of this cloud from the lake surface. Okay, now students, let me mark the following, let me mark the points. Okay, let me name the points. See, suppose this point is A, this point is B, this point which is on cloud, okay, the point on object is C, and now this is the point on the reflection of cloud. Let me say this as C dash. Okay, C dash denotes the point inside the water. Okay, point inside the water, the point on the reflection of cloud. Clear students? Now students, this BC, let me assume this BC as x. Okay, I can assume this BC as x. Okay, I will eliminate. See students, in the last part of the question we have to prove the height of the cloud from this surface of lake. Okay, so see students, let me mark this point, this particular point as D, this point as D, and this point as E. Suppose this point is E. Clear? Now, since AD is H, no problem in saying that BE is going to be H only. BE is going to be H only. Okay, so let me denote this BE as H. Okay. Now, students, if I ask you what is the total EC, just tell me what is the total height EC. EC is the actually required height of the cloud from the surface of lake. So this EC is nothing but BE plus BC. BE plus BC. Any confusion? So this EC is going to be X plus H or H plus X. Okay, so EC is going to be H plus X. Now students, the concept behind this question is, the main concept of this question is the height of the cloud, that means height of the point C above the surface lake, that is EC, is going to be same as the depth of the reflection of cloud in the lake. Okay, so here I would write the height EC is going to be equal to EC dash. EC dash. Now why I am writing so? Because जो लेक है, लेक की सरफेस है, लेक के ऊपर जितनी हाइट पर क्लाउड होगा, लेक के नीचे मतलब पानी के अंदर, ओके, उतनी ही डेप्थ में जाकर इसका क्या मिलेगा, रिफ्लेक्शन मिलेगा। ठीक है, तो ये आपका लॉ ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन है। क्लियर? रिफ्लेक्शन के अंदर आप ये चीज पढ़ चुके हो। तो यानी कि EC जो है वही EC डैश है, और अगर आप ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हैं तो EC है H प्लस एक्स, इसलिए EC डैश भी हो जाएगा कितना, H प्लस एक्स। क्लियर? नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, अगर मैं आपसे EC की वैल्यू पूछूं, टोटल EC, sorry, if I ask you BC dash, just let me know what is the total height BC dash. See, BC dash is nothing but BE plus EC dash. Just check here, BC dash is nothing but BE plus EC dash. No confusion in saying this, BE plus EC dash. Okay, now BE is H and EC dash is H plus X. So if I add these two, H plus X, I'll be getting what? I'll be getting 2H plus X. So BC dash is going to be 2H plus X. Clear? So let me denote this complete BC dash, okay, by this green line, and this total denotes the 2H plus X. Okay, let me mark here this 2H plus X. So this is 2H plus X. Now let's solve the question. See, let me write here 2H plus X. Now can you observe the two triangle? In triangle ABC, okay, first let me take triangle ABC. Okay, in triangle ABC, if I observe tan alpha, just tell me what is the tan alpha. It is going to be BC upon AB. Okay, so it's going to be BC upon AB. Clear? BC upon AB. Now BC is X and AB, I didn't assume anything. If you want to assume, you can assume with Y. Okay, so let me write it is X, and let it be AB only, because I have to eliminate AB. I don't need AB. Okay, so if I calculate AB from here, so AB will be X by tan alpha, because I will eliminate this in the end. See, AB is X by tan alpha, and if I observe the triangle ABC dash, okay, in triangle ABC dash, just tell me tan beta. What's going to be the value of tan beta? It's going to be BC dash upon AB. Okay, it's going to be BC dash upon AB. Now from here I can write AB is nothing but the BC dash. Just tell me what is the BC dash. BC dash is 2H plus X. Okay, BC dash is 2H plus X, and this is tan beta. Okay, so this is my equation number 2. You can check, this is my equation number 2. Clear, students? Now just tell me in equation number 1 and in equation number 2, in equation number 1 and in equation number 2, in the left hand side AB is written, so in the right hand side we will have, by comparing 1 and 2. Okay, let me write here comparing equation number 1 and 2. Comparing equation 1 and equation 2, I can write X by tan alpha is equal to 2H plus X by tan beta. Clear? Now if I cross multiply, I would get tan alpha multiplying with 2H plus X and tan beta multiplying with X. So if I further simplify this, I will be getting 2H tan alpha plus X tan alpha is equal to X tan beta. Clear, students? Now students, I want H plus X. Why? Just check the question. We have to find the height of the cloud from the surface of lake, that is EC, and EC is nothing but H plus X. So we need H plus X. Okay, let me take first, let me solve it for H first. Okay, then I will be adding X. Okay, so if I further simplify, see, it is 2H tan alpha is equal to tan beta x tan beta minus x tan alpha. Okay, I just transpose this x tan alpha in the right hand side. So from here x is going to be this one. Okay, and if I calculate x from here, okay, x, so I'll be getting the expression as 2h tan alpha, and in the denominator I would get tan beta minus tan alpha. Okay, so students, here I calculated x. Now x is what? X is BC. Okay, now students, अगर आपसे ये पूछा होता क्वेश्चन में कि prove that the height of the cloud from the point of observation, height of the cloud from the point of observation. Okay, so this should be the answer, 2h tan alpha upon tan beta minus tan alpha. तो क्वेश्चन यहां तक भी पूछा जा सकता है. ओके, बट हमसे कुछ और आगे का पूछा है. हमसे पूछा है height of the cloud from the surface of lake. Okay, so we have to find the height EC. Okay, so EC is h plus x. EC is h plus x. So I have to add h also. So h plus, if I use the value of x as calculated above, it will be 2h tan alpha upon tan beta minus tan alpha. Now students, I just need to simplify this and I would get the required result. See, let me take tan beta minus tan alpha LCM. Tan beta minus tan alpha LCM. So here h will multiply with this tan beta minus tan alpha. Okay, and plus it is 2h tan alpha. See, we were calculating EC. EC, the required height of the cloud above the lake, is going to be, see, h tan beta minus h tan alpha plus 2h tan alpha. So 2h tan alpha minus h tan alpha is going to be plus h tan alpha, and plus h tan beta is also there, and in the denominator we have tan beta minus tan alpha. Tan beta minus tan alpha. Now students, you just need to take h common from the numerator. Okay, and you will have the same result you wanted to prove. Okay, so yes, in this way we got the result. Okay, student, this is very important one. Okay, in 4 mark in standard paper only. Okay, not for the basics. So in this way we proved the height of the cloud from the surface of lake is this expression. You can check the expression. Clear students? H tan beta plus tan alpha upon tan beta minus tan alpha. See students, let's have the next question. Okay, so the next question is again based on the same concept. Okay, see, figure I already made. The same figure is there as in the previous question. As you can check, here we have to prove the distance of cloud from the point of observation. Okay, so this was my point of observation. Okay, and this was my cloud. Okay, so this green line will denote the distance of the cloud from the observer. Okay, from the point of observation. So the distance of the cloud from the point of observation, we have to prove this AC as this 2h sec alpha upon tan beta minus tan alpha. Okay students, clear? Remember, again the same question is there. This is alpha, again this angle is beta. Okay, students, here I am giving you hint. You will use cos alpha. Okay, because here hypotenuse, we have to find hypotenuse. Okay, so cos alpha is based upon hypotenuse. Okay, now it's your work to solve complete question. Okay, now don't get confused with this word distance. Okay, this is not asking about the shortest distance between the cloud and the observer. Okay, this denotes the distance along this line of sight. Okay, students may get confused, so you don't need to confuse here. Okay, now next question. From a window h meters high above the ground of a house in a street, the angles of elevation and depression of the top and foot of another house on the opposite side of the street are alpha and beta. Show that the height of the opposite house is this one. See students, there is a house and there is another house opposite to given house. Okay, now there is a window h meters high above the ground. Okay, so let me take a house. You can check this blue window, this is h meters above the ground. Okay, so this denotes the height of the window from the ground. Okay, this is h meter actually. Let me denote this as h. Okay, this as h. Now this is opposite house. Okay, now the height of opposite house is denoted by this black line. Okay, now the angle of elevation of the top of the opposite house is alpha, angle of depression of the foot of its house is foot of the opposite house is beta. Okay, so this angle is alpha and this angle is beta. Clear students? We have to prove the height of the opposite heights is this. Let me take the height of opposite house, which is denoted by this blue line, is capital H. Okay, now I have to find the expression for this capital H as this small h 1 plus tan alpha cot beta. Okay, now students, very simple. Okay, let us name the points first. This is A, this is B, this is suppose C, this is D. AB denotes the height of the window from the ground level. Okay, CD denotes the height of the opposite house, that is capital H, and let me take this point as E, CE. Now students, let us solve fast. This AD, EC, both are equal and both are equal to H meters. No confusion. Similarly, students, if I calculate DE from here, just let me know what is the height DE. Can I write DE as DC minus EC? Any confusion? So DC is my capital H, I assumed, and EC is what? Small h. Okay, so DE is going to be capital H minus small h. You can also write the capital H represents the height of opposite house. Okay, H represents height of C. Let me write required height of house opposite. See, this CD represents height of house opposite to window. Okay, and I have assumed this CD as capital H in meters. Okay, so students, now it's time to solve the question. You can easily observe here again the two triangles. Okay, one triangle is triangle ADE. Okay, from triangle ADE, let us calculate from triangle ADE. In triangle ADE, just tell me what is tan alpha. The tan alpha is DE upon AE. DE upon AE. No confusion. Now students, tan alpha. Okay, tan alpha is DE. What is the height DE? The DE is capital H minus small h. Okay, capital H minus small h. And AE is, let it be AE only. Okay, we will eliminate this AE. So from here I can calculate AE as H minus H by tan alpha. Okay, I will eliminate this AE very soon. Clear? Students, the next one is triangle AEC. Now in triangle AEC, if I calculate tan beta, what it's going to be equal to? It's going to be equal to EC upon AE. EC upon AE. Now students, just let me know what is the length, what is the height EC? Again H. Okay, and it is AE. So from here if I calculate AE, I would get what? I would get H by tan beta. H by tan beta. Now students, can you observe in equation number 1 and in equation number 2, in the both sides we have AE. Okay, in the both equations in the left hand side we have AE and we don't want AE, so let us eliminate this. So by using 1 and 2 or comparing equation 1 and 2, comparing equation 1 and equation 2, can I write this H minus H upon tan alpha is nothing but small h by tan beta? Okay students, no problem. Now see, we have to simplify this expression for capital H and we have to prove the result. See here, from here if I just cross multiply tan alpha in the right hand side, it will become tan alpha into H, and in the denominator it is tan beta na, in the denominator it is tan beta. Can it be written cot beta in the numerator? Because I know 1 upon tan beta is cot beta, students. Now why I am writing cot beta? Because I already checked the proof, what I wanted to prove. See, in the expression I want cot beta, so just because I write in this way. Now capital H is going to be, see here in the right hand side I have H tan alpha cot beta, and this minus H will go in right hand side, it will become plus H. Now taking small h common, see if I take small h common, what would I get? I would get tan alpha cot beta plus 1, or 1 plus tan alpha cot beta एक ही बात है. Okay, 1 plus tan alpha cot beta. So students, that's what we wanted to prove. Clear? So in this way we can solve this kind of question. Now students, after this class completed, okay, the lecture completed. Now students, you have these 5 questions to solve. You will solve these questions. In the next lecture we will have the final lecture on the height and distance. Okay, we will have quality questions based on the height and distance. Okay, today also we did these fantastic questions. Now you try these 5 questions on your own. Okay, now students, I hope you have solved or you tried to solve the NCERT. Okay, so let's meet in the next lecture. Till then, take care. Bye bye.